So let's talk about the equipment setup for tonight's dive. I think one of the sort of misconceptions about mixed style diving, or whatever you want to call it, vintage diving, some people call it eclectic if you mix years of stuff. I don't really too much care for vocabulary in this regard. But for tonight's night dive, I'm going to be using a pair of old 1960s, actually pre-Scuba Pro, jet fins, back when they were still made by Espadon Tarzan in Marseille, France, which I'm sure I mispronounced. So we're going to be using those, a weight belt with hard weights, 1960s buckle, old style snorkel with the old style mouthpiece, and no valves or anything in it. Some hard weights, the old BFK dive knife, slash hammer, slash chisel, slash everything else. A refurbished Aqualung horse collar BC, manual inflation. In the pouch here, I've got some butterfly clips with some scrap fly line rigged to my 2 extra lights for night diving. So I got a big blue 450 lumen here, and then a little Aquatech backup light that Brian sells at the VDH store, which I find incredibly handy. And then my primary big blue 450 lumen light, which is on a soft Goodman handle. Old Suunto compass. And of course we got the Kraken. I got my old Shearwater Pursuit dive computer, which is, as far as I remember, is actually the first generation Shearwater computer that they ever made. Cressi Sub Pinocchio mask, which is actually still in modern production. Obviously some neoprene gloves because the sound is like 52 degrees. Some freediving booties. Some conditioner to put my freediving wetsuit on. Plastic tank pack with a J valve for the standard 72 cubic foot steel tank. A wetsuit, towel, all the sort of usual stuff. Yappy dog to bring with me. And that about covers equipment for tonight. So another thing I just want to talk about briefly is the concept of having sort of a minimalist set of dive gear, which I know a lot of guys like. But if you look, you can see this one tough tote right here, right? This is everything I'm going to use to go diving tonight. All the stuff I just laid out in the earlier video. That includes my wetsuit, weight belt, everything. And scuba tank's obviously not in there, but pack, J-Vel rod, the whole nine. This whole thing fits in one tough tote that weighs, I don't know, maybe total 20 pounds, and probably 14 of that's the weight belt, right? I throw this whole tub in the back of my car, drive to the dive site, and this is all the stuff that I have to use to go diving. Now you compare that to the type of stuff a lot of guys use. I mean, I think one of the benefits of just having such a minimal set of scuba gear is I go out, I do all my diving tonight, right? Peel my wetsuit off, throw it back in the same bin, use my towel, dry off, drive home. I leave everything in this entire bin just as it is. Go grab my hose from the garage, fill this whole thing up with water, leave it soak overnight, dump it the next morning, run some water through the hose loop on the double hose, and that's it. So, I mean, I certainly dive more with this setup than I used to. Coming home after work, in the gym late, probably 6, 7 o'clock at night, get my gear ready in 20 minutes, 15 minutes, throw it in the car, go for a night dive, come home, clean up, go to bed. It's just, it's much more conducive to getting a during the middle of the week type of dive in. And it's not like I don't have fancy pants tech gear. I mean, I have more scuba gear than I could possibly ever even need to use. I got several sets of doubles and all kinds of stuff in here, but, it's tough to get into doubles in a dry suit, which is all this stuff over here. Get all that stuff ready, get down to the dive site, hump doubles on your back, get it back, get everything cleaned up.